You answer messages later now, not because you're busy, but because even small conversations feel heavy. You wake up tired, you drink caffeine, you try to focus, but your mind still feels slow, like something inside you never fully rested. And the strange part is you can't explain why, because from the outside your life doesn't even look that difficult. But mentally, it feels like your brain has been carrying something for too long, quietly. Every single day most people think exhaustion only comes from physical work, but some of the deepest forms of tiredness have nothing to do with sleep. It comes from constantly thinking, constantly analyzing, constantly holding in emotions you never fully processed. Your body can rest for 8 hours while your mind spends the entire night replaying conversations, imagining scenarios, overthinking tiny details, and preparing for problems that haven't even happened yet. That kind of exhaustion is invisible, which makes it even lonelier because people see you functioning, they see you replying, working, smiling, showing up, so they assume you're okay. But internally your mind never actually stops. You start noticing it in small ways. Simple tasks feel harder than they used to. You avoid phone calls. You stare at notifications without opening them. Even being around people for too long starts feeling draining. Not because you hate people, but because your brain is already overwhelmed before the interaction even begins. And eventually you stop calling it stress, you just start calling it your personality. I'm always tired, just lazy, I don't have energy anymore. Sometimes that exhaustion is emotional, not physically. A lot of emotionally exhausted people become experts at looking normal. That's the unsettling part. They laugh at the right moments. They continue conversations. They still go to work, still respond with "I'm fine." Internally, they feel disconnected from everything, even themselves, because when someone spends too much time suppressing emotions, their mind slowly shifts into survival mode. And survival mode is strange. You stop feeling excited about things. You stop reacting strongly. You stop expecting people to understand you. Your brain conserves energy by numbing parts of you, not to destroy you, but to protect you. And over time, this emotional fatigue changes the way you experience life. You begin craving silence more than connection, not because you want to be alone forever, but because silence feels safer than pretending, safer than explaining your feelings, safer than carrying conversations when your mind already feels crowded. That's why some people disappear quietly. They stop replying. They isolate themselves, not out of anger, but exhaustion, because being emotionally aware all the time is tiring. You notice tone changes, energy shifts, delayed replies, different facial expressions. Your brain keeps collecting emotional information even when you desperately want it to rest. And maybe that's why nights feel heavier lately. Because during the day you stay distracted enough to function, but at night everything catches up. The overthinking, the loneliness, the pressure to keep going when you don't even know what's draining you anymore. And sometimes the real reason you feel tired all the time is because your mind has been trying to survive for too long without feeling safe enough to fully relax. Not physically, emotionally. Some people haven't had real mental rest in years, not because life is dramatic every day, but because their mind never leaves alert mode, always preparing, always thinking, always carrying invisible weight, and eventually even hope starts to feel exhausting. So if you've been feeling tired lately, in a way sleep doesn't fix. Maybe your mind isn't weak. Maybe it's overworked from carrying emotions you never had the chance to put down. And after a while, even the strongest minds become heavy, quietly.